Hi everybody, this is Barbara Velez and this is me again, keeping it real for you in this season. Today I just want to talk about also, everyday life, and I want to give you a testimony, and I hope that this testimony will encourage you to be fully present in everything you do in your everyday life and to seek every opportunity to show who you are and to bless people along your journey, and also to consider and appreciate people along the journey. And this is how it goes. Today, 2 days ago, I was renewing my passports with my whole family. I had the blessing to be well served by the lady that was doing the renewal process, and it went really well. We really had a very positive experience, but we also were thankful from the very beginning. When we came, it was packed. It was a super long line, and luckily this lady was really positive about the whole process. We'll get through to you guys and all of those good positive comments, but I did appreciate her back and say, I know you guys are really efficient, and I'm sure that you will get to us. We so appreciate that you're here doing this for us, because it happened to be a half day for them. When we finished that whole process, we were thankful that we were able to finish just in the nick of time, and we stepped out and we were visiting our township, and right in the hallway there was the wall of honor for the veterans. And when we just sat there for a moment waiting for my husband, and I started talking to my son about what it meant that those names were there, and I was really touched. And in that moment in time, we just decided that we were just gonna pray for these people that were veterans in the region that have been honored because they have been either served and died in the line of duty. And I was able to, in that moment, without planning it, without even thinking about it, without even overthink it, just pray for the families of those represented there. Take a moment of just acknowledging the fact that our freedom in America is not free just because we have it, and we sometimes take it for granted. It's free, and it's there because there are people that pay the ultimate price to go and fight for us, for our freedom, for our rights. And I was very thankful for that. And today I want you to take a moment to be thankful for the people that normally you are not thankful for. To take a moment to understand also that in your everyday life you can play a role to impact another person, or you can play a role, even if nobody knows, to do something that will bless another person. That day I was able to pray for those veterans, to acknowledge them, and I felt humble as well by the sacrifice that they did for me, for my son, and for my country. Sometimes we do not acknowledge these things. They are things that are people with everyday lives, everyday jobs, everyday things happen all the time, and we don't acknowledge these things. when we step out of that moment, we started meditating of those people that we take for granted. We take for granted the construction workers that work really hard to make sure our streets are safe, to make sure that everything that is happened in the streets are repaired, and whatever they do, because I really don't know what they do, but it's necessary what they're doing, and we take that for granted. We take for granted the garbage truck that come and pick our garbage every week, that we don't think about those things, but if they don't pick up the garbage, we will be drowning in garbage. It will not be pretty for us. We take for granted so many people, even our teachers. Sometimes we take them for granted. We sometimes take for granted our pastors, our friends. We sometimes take for granted professions, like we go to a restaurant and it's like a person that is there to serve us, and we don't acknowledge or appreciate them. And these people are important, and they're doing a service for us, and we are to, at points in time, be grateful. And I want you today to take a moment of thinking about those roles that we normally don't think about, and that you spend some time being grateful. And my other challenge, or the other thing that I want you to do today, if you can, is to think about the things that you can do in your everyday life to be a blessing to others. Like be intentional about doing something specific if you find the opportunity. And it doesn't need to be planned, but it's just to be on the lookout for an opportunity to do something that it could be a blessing for another person, or that you can position yourself to be a blessing for someone in your daily life. Like my day 2 days ago was just to pray and be a blessing for those families. I will never be able to meet these people. I wasn't face to face with someone, but I was able to pray for this family and be thankful for the journey that they had, and what they did for this country. And perhaps some other day I'll be able to meet a veteran and be thankful for it face to face. But if we do things intentionally every day and we're grateful for those little things, we will be happier. We will be able to see our life differently, and we'll be able to see God's hands upon our lives and His blessings, even through people. And I guess that's what I wanted to share with you today. Be thankful, be appreciative, think outside the box and see the people that you normally don't see, because in everyday people we can see God's hand. We can do something, we can see something, we can hear something. And I guess that this is all for today. Go out, be a blessing in your everyday life, enjoy your journey, and keep it real. Be real today. So this is Barbara Velez, keeping it real for you today in this season. God bless you. See you next time.